What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be checking out the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Mamenchisaurus. Finally was able to add this thing to the collection, was able to get it at Target during their clearance sales at the time of this recording, and very happy to finally pick it up. And it was long overdue, and I played the long game, and so when the time was right, I was able to snatch one up. And I pretty much did that with all my theropods. I just played the long game on them, and until they get to a reasonable price that I can afford, then I just pick one up. And yep, here we are. And kudos to Mattel to be able to add this to the Legacy Collection, along with the other ones that they produced over the last few years. And the Lost World is the collection that needs to be focused on in the next couple of years or so, because there's a lot of other things that we would like to have or see in the collection if they decide to continue to add more stuff to it, which they should, because it's in demand. But because the Jurassic Park portion of the Legacy Collection is pretty much winding down, there's still a couple of other things that we could use for that side of things, but for the most part, it's pretty much wrapping up its course, I believe. I could be wrong, but that's just my thought process. But I know the Lost World needs much needed attention, as well as JP3, because the only thing that we got from JP3 was the Spinosaurs and a handful of Raptors, and that's pretty much it. And then as far as dinosaurs goes and humans, pretty much been catered to the Hammond collection, and that's pretty much it. That's it. But I don't know how much further they will do or go with JP3, let alone doing humans, because the only human figure that we got from JP3 is Alan Grant and the White Raptor, both from the Legacy Collection and the Hammond collection. That's it. I don't know if they're going to do any of the other humans. They should, but we'll see. But anyways, enough about all that. I've already opened this thing, and I've already assembled the Mamenchisaurus, and so we're going to do the review that way. I usually save all my boxes when it comes to the big sauropods. I pretty much have all of them saved. The only one I'm missing is the Dominion Brachiosaurus, which I'll probably get eventually. I might just have to look on Marketplace or something to pick one up. Don't really see it going down in price on Amazon. I've been looking because I do want to keep that box and review that for you guys and gals. But yeah, still waiting on that one. So probably the only one I'm missing. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. It's just those different variables that I have to factor in. Space is not an issue, but it's just more so, do I want to go out my way to get one? But I'm still looking, though. If I find one day, eventually I will probably add it to the collection. But anywho's, like I was saying, I've already opened it up. The sucky part about opening this particular box, and I think it's been like this for the past year or so when it comes to boxed up Legacy Collection stuff, is that they glue the sides, literally glue the sides. So I pretty much had to tear it. I tried my best right here, just to kind of keep it clean, but yeah, it didn't work. Just my fingers just ended up just trailing off and tearing the whole thing, but it's fine. I have no big deal. All I gotta do is just tape this thing back up or glue it back together or whatever. So it's not like I'm going to display this on the side or anything. So, but it's a beautiful box. I love the artwork of these things. And you can tell it's a fairly large box as well, as it takes up my whole table of review station. And I love it, So, as far as we're just going to be taking a look at the front of the box, because the other side is pretty much when you have to stand it up tall, if that makes any sense. Standing up tall. You know, well, actually, essentially, this is on its side, so the other way would be the correct way to actually display it, I believe. Display it long ways or tall. I don't know, but I don't know how. But anyways, but yeah, this is pretty much the same image that's going to be on the other side, but you know, kind of photo's going to be a little bit different. But anyways, so pretty much essentially have the Jurassic World logo Legacy Collection right there at the bottom left hand corner. Got Mamenchisaurus, and it says unassembled. And then it has the Mattel logo at the bottom right hand corner, and ages 4 and up. That's me. And then you got the beautiful picture artwork of the Mamenchisaurus along with a guy on a motorcycle or a bike riding along the herd. And then you got the kid spreading his arms out, letting you know how long this thing is. So it's 126 plus centimeters long, which also means it's 49 inches long. 49 plus inches long. So it's a big boy, you know. But we are going to do comparisons as well with all the other ones that I have in my collection. All right, let's bring the Mamenchi out. All right, so as you can see, this is a pretty long boy. So don't mind my movies in the background. You know, this is where I have them at. So this is pretty much where I review all my stuff at this table. So anyways, so yes, it is a very beautiful figure. You know, I'm just amazed at what Mattel has done, especially when it comes to the sauropods, the big ones. So let's go ahead and get started on the details of it. Well, let's start at the main body. So I do like the sculpt that they have as far as the way the posture they have it at. You can see all the folds and creases on this side, especially on the hind legs and the thighs and the calf muscle and everything. And then in the front legs, you know, you can see where the elbow is, you know, and then the folds and wrinkles all along the side of the legs and the muscle structure. And then on the main body, you could tell where the stomach is and where the fold and creasing is. So as it's moving forward, and then here you get the line at the bottom of the belly. And then on the neck, it needs to be a little bit longer. That's my only complaint, is that it should be a little bit longer. Should have at least one more neck piece. Like, get us like one more of these, and then bam, it'd be just pretty much almost the correct size. So here is the head. Let me go ahead and, oops, sorry about that. Let me go ahead and bring this thing closer so we can get a closer look at it. All right, so the head sculpt is pretty amazing. And the eye is on point. So, and then here is the mouth. Looks really good on that end. And as we turn it around, there's the other portion, the head. The only thing that's got this little paint mixture or plastic mixture right there. It's you can tell it's got that mixture when they mix the plastic in. So this side is on point as well. So that looks pretty amazing. Looks so awesome. Alright, so the neck portion looks really good. Like I said, it should have at least another section like this, you know, and then it'd be pretty much how it's supposed to be. But that's just my opinion. And so the detail is incredible. You see all the folds and wrinkles all up in the neck, you know, and then down here where the hind legs is and the front legs are. And so on this side, it's not as defined on the legs as it is on the other side. It's just because of the way the posture is and how it makes it look like it's walking. So, but you can still see a lot of fine details, but it's not as deep. The muscle definition is not as deep cut as the other side is. Still an impressive figure though, on this side. It's a beautiful structure. See, it's not as deep as the other side is on the calf. You know, you see more of the knee right there and less of the elbow here. As far on the other side, you can barely see the knee, and then more of the elbow, and then more of the definition. Kind of more of a deep cut here than it is on this side. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the tail. So as far as the tail goes, it's a pretty good length, but it should be a little bit longer. It should at least have another piece to it, you know. But looks really good. Alright, so that was a close look at the figure itself. So as far as the paint apps goes, they did a real good job. They got the airbrushing along the neck all the way down there up to the front of the chest, but nothing at the bottom or underneath the belly or tail. So, and then they got the dark airbrushing along the neck with the striping pattern a little bit, and then all the way down to half of the main tail. They should at least continue that at least down to the end of that piece. So, but other than that, well done, you know. So then let's go ahead and see about the articulation. So when it comes to the articulation at the feet, it does move forwards or backwards and forwards. So mine's a little stiff. And then here on the hind legs, backwards and forwards. And then if we move it around here, it's more so all the way right there, a little bit back there, and then forwards all the way there, very little, and then backwards right there. So. And then when we get to the tail, there's not much to it really. So it's just like on a ball. So there is no, you got some movement on the sides like that. And you can rotate it all the way around. And then here at the tip of the tail, there is no rotation or anything. So you can move the tail side to side, and then you can rotate it. Alright, so as far as the neck goes, let me go ahead and raise this a little bit. Maybe I should have done that when I did the tail, but you get the idea. Alright, so as far as the neck goes, so you got this big old hinge right here. So it just goes ups and downs, really. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll hold this thing right here. And it goes all the way up there like this. So it looks like it's all the way up, looking up. And then you can have it looking all the way down like that. Looks like it's grazing. And it's got that weird hump looking thing like they do with the Brachiosaurus. So let's go ahead and move this thing up like that. So set it up like that real quick. And then here on the head, you got an articulated jaw, so it looks wonderful right there. And then it's ball and hinge on the head, connected to the neck, so you could really look up, down, sideways. So, and then this neck right here is articulated too, so which is cool. So got a lot of range of movements there. So really like that a lot. So we are going to answer a question that a lot of collectors have been wanting to know. I know that previous reviews on this particular figure, some people have done. I don't know if everybody's done it that I remember watching. I know like a couple of them, but collectors wanted to know if they're able to have the motorcycle with the figure on it go underneath the belly for figure photography and stuff like that. So we're going to take Owen on his bike from the multi-set, and we are going to see if he is able to do that. So here we go. And he's able to get underneath there. Ooh. Not directly underneath it, but you'll have to move him aside just a tad bit, just so you can get him underneath there. But yes, you can have him drive underneath the belly. Won't be directly underneath there. Maybe if you took the helmet off, you'll be able to get him directly underneath it. But he can go underneath there. So there you go. You can have a figure on a bike go underneath, in between the legs. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some other comparisons. Alright, so here is the Mamenchi with the two vehicles that we got from the Legacy Collection for the Lost World, with Roland Timbo and Dieter Stark. So very nicely scaled. And here are some of the dinosaurs from the Lost World that we got from the Legacy Collection compared to the Mamenchi. And for the sauropod comparisons, we have the Mamenchi along with the Legacy Collection Brachiosaurus that we got, the first one that we got in the line. So like I said, the neck is a little short, just needs to be just a tad bit longer. So but they look good together. With the neck all the way up, the Mamenchi is like just a hair taller. But as far as the height of the body goes, the Brachiosaurus got it beat. And here it is alongside the Apatosaurus. Looks really good. And here it is alongside the Dreadnoughtus from the Dominion line. So not quite as long. It should be longer, to be honest. Like I said, like I mentioned about the neck part. But as far as overall size goes and the length, the Dreadnoughtus got it beat. So as it should, because the Dreadnoughtus is a fairly large sauropod. And to be honest, it should be just a tad bit bigger. It is a little bit undersized here for the Legacy Collection line, but for what you're getting, it's still a very large figure. So I'm happy overall, you know, despite that it might be just a tad bit smaller on the small side. But hey, it is what it is. So I'm just happy to have them in the collection, you know, because who would have thought, you know, all these years later that we would get something like this, let alone sauropods this big and this scale. So it's just a blessing. And here they all are in one big old group shot. So I have to really lean back just to get this portion of the video in. They look incredible, look amazing together. So the next one up is the Diplodocus, and I don't know if the Diplodocus is based on anything. Could be wrong. It might be based on one of the games, I'm assuming. But if you know, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, so I'm very happy with this group. We finally got all the movie sauropods together, except for the one I'm missing is the Dominion Brachiosaurus, but that's for another time. Hopefully I could add that to the collection one day. Not a big need, but I do want it though. But anyways, so that's about it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments below what you think of this group shot, what you think of the Mamenchisaurus. Is it scale accurate? Should it be a little longer? You know, give me y'all's thoughts. And don't forget, words to wisdom: buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you will always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.